The thought was to simulate the 2011 the end workout, so having that sprint, a little bit of a moderate sprint, then all the way through. And I really want to sort of try and test out the tactics that each one of them would take, knowing that they know each other so well, and what they're good and not so good at. And want to see who's going to take the reins on the first one, the second one, and obviously the last one through. It didn't quite go according to plan, Rob being so damn crook, but it was a huge effort. You don't have to do a crazy, complicated one to get even the top level athletes. You just got to provide them with something they can use intensity with and keep it simple, and that's it. These guys can do anything. It's all about their mental training now. They know they're fit enough, and it's being able to back themselves and go when they don't want to go. That stuff's important, and it's hard to capture in regular training, so this is a good environment to do it in, a little friendly competition.
He tends to be like a bit more of a workhorse than me and kind of like can go for longer, whereas I've always moved faster.
On the air dyne, I knew I could get it done a little bit quicker than Cara, so I decided to use that advantage. And then the chest to bars, I know she's really strong at them. She's got something like 65 chest to bars unbroken. So I knew I had to go unbroken on those.
He's gotten so much faster. I love it. Like I was like, oh shit, he kind of kept me on my toes. Cause I was like, oh, he's moving faster than I thought. I haven't been able to find that ability to take my handbrake off on my own lately. I've struggled with that, and just sort of mentally guarding and stuff like that. And having him there, it was like the little competitive, bug in me. I just can't help it. And after that first one, I was like, oh man, I need to pick it up. Like I need to push harder and try to just go to a really bad place. And I did. Like, oh, if I was on my own, I could have quit so easily. But having someone there, it was just what I needed. He did a great job.
Yeah, I knew going into it. I've done this stuff enough to know that it was going to be a tough combination. So I sort of prepared myself before going into it. It wasn't a shock. I knew it was going to hurt. I knew thrusters then going into burpee box jump overs would suck a little bit.
So watching from the outside, it didn't look like overly complex movements, but they seem to build on each other.
Man, it's the simple ones that you should be scared of. A lot of people they get caught up in doing more crazy stuff and coming up with that next crazy movement, and it's a simple, effective, functional movements like done together and at that intensity with a bit of competition that will always wipe the floor with you, always, any day of the week,
Yeah, it's a good little community they've got here at CrossFit Raw, and everyone was in cheering us on, and I think they enjoyed seeing us go through a bit of pain. They probably don't get a chance to see that up close and personal, so yeah, I think everyone enjoyed it, and we definitely appreciated everyone being there.
Like I never strategize in training. I'm flogged every day of the week, in a really, really bad place. But then you've got to be able to do that and be competitive when it really counts, and not just survive, but push past that, like beyond survival to win. And so yeah, that's where having someone there with you. And I think too, when like I can see he's hurting just as much, if not more, and I'm like, oh, okay, like I'll keep going too. He's still going, I'll keep going. Yeah, so it's good to train with, with someone who's got such a good attitude and that will, like, he'll go till he dies, and that rubs off on me.